we are going to be racing the Chelmsford card from the 21st of November. Looks pretty useful, to be honest. First one video I've done from Chelmsford, so it is a track where the form doesn't really translate for me personally elsewhere. So it's like Chelmsford or nothing. And the pace in November and October has been holding up pretty well. So you need to be on the front end. Track's riding pretty quick. Especially how the time form ratings here also indicate that it's one of those tracks like it races different times of year. It races where sometimes it favours horses coming off the back, off the rear. Sometimes it's like it currently is. You just need to be on it. So I'm quite interested by the time of probe here. I know I'm quite critical of racing post ratings, but if you're almost a second under the standard, it's going to be pretty useful. And I know that horse has really been to some good races on the flat over the summer and has put up previously a good time. So it's nice to see him continue to win. Ultramarine, Diamond Spirit, Kentucky Kingdom. Now, Champagne Prince looked a pretty smart winner for Jane Chapelheim on debut. I remember that. And it's just come out and won recently at Newcastle. So, looks a pretty decent horse. And she does have some really good horses in her yard. She's a really good trainer. Be interesting to see how far this one can go, but it's early days. Doesn't look a fantastic time on debut, but again, you probably know by now I'm not a big believer of looking into times too much on debut, especially with 2-year-olds. You know, you want to give them a bit of time, 3 runs at least. Ultramarine dipped under standard as well. I'm not sure. I've never seen that or heard of that horse before. But it looks like an ex-Irish runner. Was up to hundreds at one point. And now down to 68. So clearly had problems with Dave Evans. It hasn't won next time out. But yeah, you see a horse dropping. How long is that? A year, 2 years. You see him going from rapidly dropping down handicap. It's definitely got issues. Are probably going to be really unreliable to follow, even if it's put up a good time here. So we'll see if there's anything else in behind that might be interesting. Hey, it might even be a rubbish time. You never know. 6.71. Champagne Prince. Yeah, look, 4.5 lengths. A race represented by Balding, Rafe Beckett, Le Havre filling. I mean, there's some good pedigrees here. Look, Kingman. Two-year-olds in November. 66. I mean, it's a big grey horse. I mean, green, holding its head high. Responds well to the whip. I mean, Groovy Baby isn't doing much, to be fair, in second. But I know I've watched him win recently and he looked a lot better, a lot more straightforward than this. So definitely got an interesting future. Struck gold. John Butler again, just absolutely a machine this time of year. Like with these with these lowly rated animals, I swear he must make millions in his gambles. Because the thing with John Butler is these horses they run solid times on the clock. You know, it's just not like a quick gamble and like the race is kind of set up for it. They're pushing the limit of their actual ability. You know, and he does well with those sort of horses, especially ones of injuries or who's dropped down the handicap. You know, I do like him as a trainer. To be fair, if I had an ex-Irish runner who down £30 in the weights, I'd probably send it to Mr. Butler. Tradesman, David Simcott. Oh, Kalani. This name rings a bell. Tradesman. I mean, it's on a free time. Well, blimey, that's rising the ranks pretty quickly. Or was that Hayley Turner? Was that her 1,000th winner? No. Don't know why that name rings a bell. Probe. Here we go. Baldomero, he has been running consistently this year. He's tough, you know. He might not be the best horse in the world, but I tell you what, he gives you a run for your money. And if you did own him, like he'd be a great horse to own. You know he's going to go out there and he'll give you everything. And like a class 2, class 3 level, you know, he's not like giving you everything at the bottom of the ladder. He's a good horse, but he does get beat often. You know, you will beat him. That's the thing. Diamond Spirit. Let's see. 2 sprinter, 3-year-old sprinter. Interesting. Let's see. Kentucky Kingdom. James Evans. Can't say I knew too much about James Evans, to be honest. Rosa Chinesis. David Simcon. Okay. A double on the card. I'd expect Probe to be on that sort of time to run like a 90, 88, 89 sort of speed rating. 0.72 Ultramarine 86. It's okay. It's about average. Champagne Prince 74.11. That's around 74. I mean, Rich Harry really badly handicapped. If that is to. Yeah, I mean, that's got well beaten. Struck gold 53. Yeah, I mean, probably won't be following that. 65.82. Good luck to that one. Hate the Racing Post website when it's slow. 67, 71.77. It's a class 5 time. I would be tempted to say probably lay that next time out, Tradesman. I think that might be the limit of its run. I mean, it's gone up a lot. Ease towards the finish. I won't be back at that next time out, that's for sure. Probe 91. 86.01, as you can see here, 86. It's on the borders of a class 3 time, yeah, and it's a class 3 race, but I mean, would I follow this horse? Yeah, I know it's got a lot more in the offer in the locker. I mean, it's a good horse. It's a good horse. It's won a big handicap at Newmarket. For a 5-year-old, 17 runs. On the all-weather, it's 2 from 2. A time of like 86.01. It'll be winning again. That's for sure. Baldemero. Yeah, he bumped into that Gordon Elliott horse there. He was never going to win that, to be fair. You go back down to Night on Earth, 63. Handicap Rising on 73. That will need to come down a lot. Yeah. Ultramarine, here look. 8 lengths quicker than its par. 1.49 seconds quicker than what you'd expect a horse of that class to run, 64 rated horse. That's what takes my eye. It's a class 4 time as well. I know we looked earlier and he didn't win next time out, but there's reasons for that, I think. I can't imagine he's the most straightforward horse. But when I'm seeing par ratings, so basically anything above 100 means it's run that many lengths quicker than its standard. For example, what you'd expect that horse to run, so 8 lengths quicker than what I would expect a 64 rated horse to run, and that's a class 4 level. So instantly you want to dive into these sort of races a bit more deeper. Like Habuba caught out wide in this. Press leader Agostino 67. Drop back in trip. To be honest, it's not too promising when the third horse, the leader in the race, isn't franking the time. Again, a leader, okay, it's beating 2 lengths, so you take 2 lengths off the 80, you get around 78, so that's a class 5 time, really. I would say it should be winning that. Dicko the Legend towards the rear. Okay, so he ran in the same race as Agostino. So it's right on. Probably caught in trouble. Okay, it gives me a bit of hope that this... Because there are times where they just don't get franked. I don't know, for whatever reason, on the day, wind, rain, just horses just really are up for it on the day. Fast parts of the track, they just never reproduce the time, and it does happen this sort of level, so you do have to be a little bit careful of that when you're following this sort of grade of horse. Tiger Bay, he stepped up in trip. It probably hasn't run. Alright, Brazen Idol. It did go off favourite, so they're quite hopeful. I'm torn, to be honest. Habuba. Maidan form. A filly this time of year. You could get really trappy this sort of form line. But then Mokkatil. I mean, that used to be an 85 rated horse. That's fallen down the ranks. So it kind of adds some sort of validity to the time, Okay, let's take Ultramarine. I'm a firm believer in giving horses free runs. Yeah, I wouldn't give up on them next time out, and I never have. Give them free runs for whatever it be, whether the trainer's got the wrong trip, horse has had an off day, the going changes drastically. You know, it's you always give them free runs, and typically it's quite a low percentage they do win again next time out. But it's that second or third run where you do make the money, you do make your profit. You know, yeah. But people forget about them, they ditch them in the bin. That's it. And this could be one of those horses, so follow that. I'm interested in the second as well. Lightly raced filly. The yard do okay this time of year. Some horses. I know. Oh, what was that horse they had in Lingfield over 10 furlongs? Completely skips my mind, but he was good on the clock as well last year. I mean, this filly's showing good pace. She's taking on Agostino. But like I said earlier in the video, you should be holding out here up in front. She hasn't come off the bridle yet. Agostino's pushed. It's kind of fallen really nicely for the winner, hasn't it? I mean, these two now aren't quickening. They're done for. It's just about attitude now. Yeah, I think the second's definitely worth following. She should have folded a lot quicker than that. I think you'll get a win out of her. Okay. Diamond Spirit, 73. 7517. Not bad. Class 5 time. It's operating at the level it should be. Sweet Parade, 48.53. It's about right. This is slow. Kentucky Kingdom. 0.6. Yeah. Okay, to fair, it has come off the rear of a slow pace. I don't know. Louisiana Bay. No, I'm not in the game of following horses like that. 69. Rose Genesis. 3.81. Not bad. Class 5 time. Okay. Well, just to summarise that Chelmsford card. Champagne Prince. Keep an eye on that going forward. It's decent. Probe at this sort of level. It'll pick up races. Ultramarine. Definitely keep that on side for another 3 runs as well as the second there. And nothing else really from that race. So again, 2 bits of form there. You should do alright on. Thank you for watching. Cheers.